It's time now for County-Wide, a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. You'll hear about the interesting issues and happenings that affect all our lives. Here's today's County-Wide.
Good day and welcome to the County-Wide program. I'm Brad Miller, and we're happy to welcome into studio a guest that we have chatted with any number of times in recent years from the Old Town Mission, General Manager Jill Sweet. And good morning.
Good morning to you, Brad. Thanks for having me on. And good morning, Verde Valley.
Yeah, it's a time of year when we start to get real active with, I know, some of our food drives, and those typically go to benefit the Old Town Mission in Cottonwood and similar charities and food pantries and things in Flagstaff, Prescott Valley. And we do have one coming up. The Harvest for the Hungry kind of kicks off our season of giving, and that'll be October 12th at Fry's stores across northern Arizona. But I wanted, Jill, to kind of profile a little bit about the Old Town Mission and folks that listen to us and take part in the food drives and provide the resources and things that sometimes we think, well, that's what it is. It's a food pantry. And that part's true. But, oh, baby, is there more?
Yes.
Is there more to the Old Town Mission? And so I wanted to see if we could explore a little bit of that today. Just let people know some of the other things,
sure,
services you provide.
Yes, absolutely. We are a food pantry plus. So, little background, the Old Town Mission started about 30 years ago. Yeah. I came on board about 7.5 years ago. Of course, Kelly's been with them probably close to 10. And we've really expanded with so much support and help from the community. I have never been in such a community that really comes together, with all the resources to help our neighbors in need. So besides the food pantry, we do community meals, and they are all homemade meals. We have some awesome people, volunteers, and even some chefs that come in, and so we do the homemade meals. We do some bigger events like Operation Back to School, the Great Turkey Giveaway. We do different events for Christmas celebration. We started the Gift of Warmth event a couple years ago, and that's where we give away all coats and hats and all warm winter clothing. So that happens too. We opened up a couple new outreaches. The Kids Shop, it's a personal and unique shopping experience for families that they can come in with their kids, and everything from diapers to clothing to hygiene to toys to videos, books, all of that. So it's kind of neat. We also do our midweek market and meal, which has really taken off, Brad. Last week from 4 to 6 p.m., we had the market set up, and we had, I believe it was about 106 people come through. And we did 176 dinners to go, homemade meals. I mean, we're talking from the meal. The chef came in, the owner of Red Rock Cafe, and made chicken fettuccine, desserts, salad, drinks, everything to go. So it was kind of designed where if people work, they can come in the evening and just shop and get a meal to go. They don't have the stress of cooking a meal, and they can just sit and relax and be together and enjoy a meal together.
Okay, so and so there you go. So there's a working kitchen.
Absolutely.
As part of
yes.
this, and there's a service for folks, and that's the, I'm sorry, what'd you call it, the midweek market?
Midweek market meal on Wednesdays, every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay, and how, if I know a lot of people, let's be honest, sometimes, with folks, I think that some people think that, some of the homeless folks or folks kind of out on the street take part in what you do at Old Town Mission and similar entities, and I know that is probably true to an extent, but an awful lot, I think. Is it right that the majority of people are working families who are just having a tough time?
They are, especially right now in our economic challenges that we have right now with gas and groceries, especially skyrocketing. Right. But yes, we do, Brad. We have about maybe 20% are actually without a residence, homeless. It could be a tent, somebody's couch, the car. But really, the other 80% are your working class, your families, maybe single parents, maybe both are working with kids, veterans. We have a lot of elderly that really need some help because it's hard to make it on, $700-800 a month. That's really difficult when you got to go, should I get, medicine or food? So, we serve just a really broad range of people. And sometimes it's for a period of time. They're going through a hard time, a divorce, something happened. Other times they kind of just need that help. helping hand every month,
There's always, I know that sometimes there can be a stigma for people. We all have our points of pride, but all of us have hit bumps in the road.
Absolutely.
Do folks, when they first initially say, come to you, what is the process? Do they have to qualify? Is there paperwork? Do they have to demonstrate a need? Or
Not at all. We just really welcome them with open arms. It's for anybody in need.
Okay.
And that's our logo, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, keeping it local. And basically, they just come in and they're welcomed with warm smiles and words of encouragement. Honestly, we really get to know a lot of our clientele, and it's kind of like the OTM family, we say. We know them, and they come in. It's literally a one-page application, nothing about income, just kind of who's in the family, how many. We put it in the computer. And then from that point on, all they have to do is just come and give their name, and they're there.
And you want to keep records, so in terms not of names as much as
No,
numbers. So
it's numbers, and to help us to get grants and things like that. That's what we need it for. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that, kind of the funding. This is not city or county or state funded, but there are grant availabilities. But mostly, it's folks who are kind during the food drives and throughout the calendar year.
Absolutely.
Providing those kinds of resources. And I'm sure there are benefactors who've been very, very kind to you. But we can always use a little bit more. Some of these newer programs, I think, certainly are predicated upon those resources kind of continuing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's talk. We do have the Harvest for the Hungry coming up, specifically on October 12th. What do people need to know when they make a donation, a contribution, be it food or cash donations? Which is preferred, if one over the other? Can you talk to me a little bit about some of those?
Absolutely. So we, like you said, we're going to be out that day on the 12th, and so they can certainly shop. When they come by our table, we'll give them a little business card, and it tells you kind of what we would use, the non-perishable items like boxed foods like, pastas and mac and cheese, those kind of things, canned foods, tuna, protein, chicken, vegetables, those kind of things.
Right.
But then if they want to do a cash donation, they can simply just go online. It's just oldtownmission.org. They can mail us a check. We're at 116 East Pinal Street. So any of those ways, really, we're just so thankful because this is really our busiest time. And so it really helps us to stock the pantry, not just for our food pantry that we do 3 times a week, but also the meals that we make. We're coming up on the holidays now where we'll be doing the Thanksgiving dinner, brunch. We do one for Christmas. So there's a lot coming up. And we do the full meal boxes as well. So you can just, take the turkey home and all the fixings and cook it yourself. So there's a lot coming up.
Our stations will talk more about those specifics as each of those successive holidays kind of rolls along. I know that you've probably also developed pretty good relationships with the grocery stores and some of those providers.
Absolutely. We couldn't do it without them. Absolutely. Yeah. We do. We get the gift cards. We've applied for that with Safeway. They've been just amazing. And so it's through a grant process, and then they give us $50 gift cards that we can give out to our clients, so then they can go shop and get things. So that's amazing. And as well as like Fry's and Walmart. We even pick up from Whole Foods, Starbucks. Yeah. So we have just such great support in this community, truly. But yet we couldn't do it without just the private donations of people just being generous, their hearts. Very generous.
That's how we all get along.
So grateful.
With those neighbors, those friends, those people who are there when we most need them. We'll take a short break. We're talking again today. Jill Sweet is General Manager of the Old Town Mission in Cottonwood, and one of the signature events coming up. You'll hear it all over our radio stations on October 12th. And in Cottonwood, benefiting the Old Town Mission, it's our Harvest for the Hungry food drive. We'll be at Fry's grocery stores in Cottonwood as well as Prescott, Flagstaff, Prescott Valley across northern Arizona. You're helping your neighbors. You're helping people you might work with or that your kids go to school with their kids. It's folks that in our community that benefit most from supporting the Old Town Mission. We'll take a break. We're back with Jill Sweet in just a moment.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Service for over 25 years and continues to serve the communities in northern Arizona. Jackson Hewitt is here to help you file your personal taxes. As laws and situations change, your local Jackson Hewitt Tax Service professional stays updated to serve you. Drop off or make an in-person appointment. In Flagstaff, call 213-8626. That's 213-8626. That's 213-8626.
The award-winning experts at Verde Solaire Services offer the trusted Carrier products that help you customize a solution to fit your budget. Verde Solaire is a family-owned business serving the Verde Valley for 38 years with the Carrier products you can rely on. Carrier AC systems are trusted to bring energy-efficient, quiet, consistent comfort. Call 928-567-5315 for a free assessment of your AC and air quality needs. Verde Solaire Services, online at verdesolaire.com, a factory-authorized Carrier dealer.
Don't let concerns about today's events derail your long-term financial strategy. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor, Matthias Sandoval, and I'm here to help. We can work together to understand the impact of these events and make sure your goals are top of mind. While you can't control the market volatility, we'll focus on what you can control. We can connect in several virtual ways. Start by giving me a call at 634-1044.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back to the program. Again, it's Countywide. I'm Brad Miller. Our guest today, General Manager Jill Sweet, the Old Town Mission, and again, Harvest for the Hungry, the food drive coming up on October 12th at Fry's Groceries across northern Arizona. I want to bounce back. Something, Jill, that you mentioned in the first segment, the kids shop. And you gave a brief description that their young people can come in for books and video and things like that.
Right. So, yeah, we designed the kids shop less than a year now, and it's been very successful. And it's this beautiful little room that is all decked out like with forests and birds, and it's kind of like a personal, unique, fun shopping experience, and it really is. So the families can come in, and we actually just kind of shut the door and let them shop. There's a tiny little like turquoise, we're known for the turquoise color, shopping cart, and they can just get anything at all that they need in there. So it's equipped with clothing from infants all the way through teens. We have diapers, different baby supplies, hygiene items like toothbrushes. And then we have other things that are fun where they just like to pick up board games, Chutes and Ladders, all the ones that we grew up with, puzzles and books and some fun videos, things like that, backpacks, school supplies, everything's in there.
Okay, and so now these are things that they can take home and keep?
Yes.
Or is it library style?
Oh, no, everything books? That they take, they keep.
Okay,
yes,
okay, so
absolutely.
very, very similar to how the things work with the food donations
exactly.
and contributions. Okay, well, wonderful. We don't, sometimes we don't think about that, or at least I don't. You guys do. It's your business, and you do it very well. But we sometimes don't think, maybe about, macaroni and cheese and peanut butter and those kinds of donations. I don't think about donating clothing. I don't think about, a lot of those kinds of things. I don't think even about, an umbrella, hygiene products,
yes.
Toothpaste, toothbrush, those different kinds of things. Yeah. But I know those are part of what you do as well. And people, if you can't afford a meal on the table, there's probably a lot of ancillary things that you can't afford, and the Old Town Mission can kind of help with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we do get some of our clothes because our thrift store, the Mission Thrift Store, helps to support the different services we do. So that's why we say it's keeping it local, because everything really does stay local and come around. So, a lot of those items, if folks want to donate, diapers are a big one, baby wipes, things like that. We've got quite a few backpack supplies and things, of that nature. But anything, even some of your, the board games, like I said, they love it. The toys, the board games, things like that. Because a lot of them, when they're trying to put food on the table and everything, it's not like when they've got a few kids that they can just be like, hey, let's go to Walmart and buy you some toys.
Yeah.
So it's all those kind of things. And it just makes their day. You should see the smiles on their faces, these kids. They are so excited, Brad, beyond. So it's really a neat experience. And that's why we call it a fun, personal, unique experience, because they walk away just so happy.
When people make different kinds of donations like that, to use clothing and and things like that, I know we have to be careful. Sometimes if it's really just kind of been frayed and too much for you or yours to wear, maybe that should go someplace else. But because these want to be recycled in that they can be reused again. I know that folks will sometimes make donations of refrigerators or appliances or things like that, here again, we're going to need those to be in some kind of working order, right? Don't just dump garbage on. I'll say it. You wouldn't say it, but I'll say it.
No, it's
Let's
true.
make sure things are,
Absolutely. So, the clothing, let's start with that. Yes, absolutely. We appreciate all of it. But some of the clothing, we understand sometimes it gets mixed up. If it is stained, ripped, whatever, we can't put that, whether it's out on the floor at the thrift store or in our kids shop. But what I will say is we do, as a bulk, we can recycle it. And so we have a big truck there, and then we just keep putting all those recycled clothes. And then we do get some monetary, financial help from that. I think it was like a couple thousand a year. So, I mean, that does help us too with the programs. But as far as refrigerators, things like that, where they're TVs, we really actually don't take appliances too much.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, if they're in great shape, we will.
Right.
But generally, we don't. We have a whole furniture section, and then the other side is all clothing, housewares, things like that. Sometimes we will take that, but definitely the dumping actually became an issue where we actually had some signage, so you're not the first one. Because what would happen is people would dump their load, and then we have to take our guys with the truck, time, everything, and then we have to go pay the dump to dump their things.
Well,
and it actually was costing us money.
That's what I was kind of getting at. You know, folks intend well.
Right.
Their hearts are in the right place, but we do need to be a little bit judicious. What's the best way? Maybe just kind of calling up and talking to someone about, I've got this, and this.
Exactly. You can do that. You can call our thrift store directly, or even I think we may have it posted online. If not, we will get it up on our website. And there's a whole sheet that we made up of things we do take, don't, that kind of thing. So that might be helpful on our website to look.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and that makes sense. The website is oldtownmission.org, and find a lot of information there.
Yes.
Again, oldtownmission.org. Do you need volunteers? Do you need folks to come in and help out?
We do, especially with all the events coming up. This is like I said, our busiest time, so we do need a lot of volunteers. We simply could not do what we do without the help of our community and volunteers. So it's real simple. If you are interested in any area at all, whether it's the food pantry, cooking meals, the events, we even need help with when we do newsletters or, putting labels on, just all these other little projects. So there's a lot of areas. We can always find a good fit for you. Just come on in, and there's a one-page application. We just kind of give you a tour, sit and talk, and see what the best areas that you would fit into and, enjoy volunteering.
I know that in the past, I'm not sure if these programs are still going, that you have been able to provide, I don't think around the clock, around the calendar, but on certain circumstances, eye exams.
Oh, yes. So
dental,
we have that. Mm-hmm.
And is that still part of what Old Town Mission can do?
Absolutely. The dental has not been a part. We did that a few years ago, and it was real successful, but we haven't been able to secure that with the dental. That was a little bit harder. I know they do that down in Prescott, the Hope Fest, but we do the Lions Club every month. There's a short application for that. They'll give you eye tests through Southwest Eye or another ophthalmologist and glasses. And then we also have the legal advice where you can just call in and basically the lawyers call you at their convenience, call you back. And then we also do, this is a new one I almost forgot to talk about, huge one, is haircuts. We have a hair salon that we redesigned, Brad. I forgot all about that. Yes. So we've been busy. The haircuts are every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and you just simply come in. We're doing about, I think, around maybe 8 to 12 during that time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So just come on in for that. And we have 3 different hairdressers that come in and... and then also, for our homeless clients, we just redid the whole showers and everything. So we're the only place in the Verde Valley that has brand new, beautiful 3 handicap accessible showers with latrines in them. So we have the Homeless Resource Center.
Now,
as well.
let's start to talk about a little bit about location.
Yes.
These various operations, because you're not just one building, you've got several places. Just describe for me if I want to make donations or contributions or things like that, where do I go? And if I am in need of some of the services, especially say the showers or the haircuts or some of those, where's that at? Where do I go? Okay,
so the Old Town Mission, where we are at, myself and Kelly in our offices, is right off of Main Street in Old Town Cottonwood. Right. It's on Pinal Street. That's where all of the services happen. That's where it's
been there in that same spot.
There's a historic building, but it's been redone. Yes.
Long time.
I would invite anybody, if they're interested, please come in and we can just give you an on-the-spot, quick tour to see. But that's where the salon is, the kids shop, the meals, everything. The thrift store is basically 12,000 square feet, and it's right on the corner, of Mingus and 89, kind of kitty corner from Maverick. And that's open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. They have some amazing deals. I know on Tuesday it's $1 clothing for men, Thursday $1 clothing for women, and we have some really nice things that folks donate. So that is over there, and basically if you want to donate goods like clothing, housewares, furniture, that would go over to the thrift store. Any food items, or if it's something specifically for the kids shop, like diapers or kids things, toys, the Old Town Mission off of Main Street.
Down in Old Town.
Downtown.
Do you have kind of regular hours of operation in Old Town?
Yes, we do. We are open anytime. Our services are all different. You know, we have food pantry Monday, Thursday, Wednesday, but different schedule. And you can get the schedule online as well, or we have brochures if you stop in. But we are pretty much there from 8 to about 4 p.m.
Okay.
And if the door's ever locked, because we do lock the door when we're not, just ring the doorbell. There's a doorbell.
Okay.
We'll give you,
Again, oldtownmission.org. Take a look at the website for probably answer a lot of the questions that you might have out of this. But otherwise, don't delay. Don't deny yourself some of the terrific things that the Old Town Mission can do in helping you and yours when you do need a hand up. That is why they are there. We're going to take a short break. Jill Sweet is the general manager at the Old Town Mission in Cottonwood. When we come back, one more plug for the Harvest for the Hungry, kind of kicking off the donation of giving. A lot of demand is high during the holiday time, but a lot of people make donations during holiday time, too. We'll talk about that when we come back to Countywide right after this.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Matthias Sandoval. A job loss, change in health, or a loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Call our office to schedule a face-to-face appointment.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Verde Solaire, your hometown heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company in the Verde Valley for 38 years, and your trusted North Central Arizona Goodman dealer. Goodman is a name you can trust, designed, engineered, and built in the USA. Verde Solaire offers free in-home estimates on systems that are quiet and affordable. Verde Solaire is locally owned since 1983 and available for all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. Call 928-567-5315. Visit them online at verdesolaire.com. Better, cleaner, faster.
Taxes, taxes, taxes.
It's that time again. This is Lewis with Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We don't sell cars, we don't do hair or wait tables. We do taxes. At Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, we talk taxes and we prepare taxes. Open year-round for tax filings. Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, located throughout northern Arizona. For over 20 years, our local preparers have helped neighbors pay their fair share and no more.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service in the Tri-Cities at 772-7872. That's 772-7872.
Welcome back. Our final short segment, Jill Sweet, General Manager of the Old Town Mission. And again, coming up real quick here, October 12th, Harvest for the Hungry at Fry's Groceries in northern Arizona. Our radio stations will be a big part of that, benefiting the Old Town Mission in Cottonwood, but also similar operations in Flagstaff. And it's important to note that the donations you make within a given community, Cottonwood, Prescott, and so on, those donations stay within that community. You literally will be helping folks who are your neighbors. Cash donations can really be valuable simply because you don't have to transport and store the foods, but it allows you to kind of go out and very specifically get what you need for folks at different times of the year. Is that right?
Exactly, Brad. Yeah. We're so thankful for that. When we do get the cash donations, then we are able to order the meats or side dishes or whatever it is that we need. And I know every year you guys have been such a support and, I mean, just so generous, this community. Last year, I think we did about 2,500 pounds of food. And you're right, we're so thankful, but we have to go sort it. And sometimes you end up with maybe more of this, more of that. Yeah. So when we get the cash, we're so thankful because it does allow us to go and shop for what we need. And I think last year we had over 2,000 cash. It was amazing. Yeah. So we're really thankful for that.
And you guys are very good at stretching those dollars.
Yes, have to be.
working with Fry's and other providers. And also it goes to address more specifically the perishable items, meats and things.
Exactly. Exactly.
Typical donations, we don't
and
want
produce,
that because
vegetables,
of, bingo.
produce, boom. Yeah, the healthy things that we should be eating, because a lot of, the canned things, those are all items that you need for meals, but some of the fresher items, and a lot of people, because of, they may need them because of their health or whatever, they do need fresher items, and produce, that's a big thing.
Right.
Vegetables. Got to eat your veggies there, bro.
That's right. All right. Well, terrific. Well, you can help out with the Old Town Mission. There's a million different ways to do it. oldtownmission.org. Take a look there. Consider volunteering. They are always looking for kind and good folks to come out and to help out with their mission at the Old Town Mission. Certainly you can do that coming up here October 12th. Harvest for the Hungry food drives, fries, groceries across northern Arizona. With Jill Sweet, I'm Brad Miller for Countywide, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
This has been Countywide. Listen in each Tuesday and Thursday at this time. If you have a topic or guest idea that you'd like to suggest, email us, news@myradioplace.com.